Fáilte Ash go How to Gael. We have teamed up with Fáilte Ireland to help you keep discovering everything our gorgeous island has to offer.
And Ish go bhfuil on Saura Buidéal, there's no better time to get planning your short break. Take discoverireland.ie for ideas that'll get you and your friends planning your next big adventure. Tamarala Tashachan to Spragala Dula Tashtal.
Oh, as Doireann would say herself. Now, Monserrate Gael on Schlian Atlantic Eon Leoch. How about a visit to the Ackle experience in Nua-Eabhrac? Part aquarium, gals, part history hub if you don't mind. Or you can head to Carnog Veva Ishligok for myths and watching the world go by.
Or if it's a trip east that is on your list, then Yartla Feckal in Ireland's ancient east. Wander through the Marina Market in Cork City, grab a bite, support local makers. Newmas Tiberdoran on Cairns Creepathagut. Why not walk the ancient path of St. Declan's Way?
Here trust boher Ella Tammy Dula Shul Shlee Naev Declan a cailíní Nadarudagi Gwil Cushlan Valihline a Guntanami and Chomakiana where history meets pop culture. It is also the location for the Traitors Ireland.
Whoa.
Fun little fact. New you can make your way up the Sea Loud Trail for scenic food stops all along the coast.
Yum, yum, yum. Decalicious. Now, cailíní nach raibh ar dros go gríol to Kilton a hair and go even gals, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it really was.
Bob.
On Quidis Farlum was, you know, just on quality time on Turgun Kayla and Mohir Kayla.
Oh my god.
Like butter wouldn't melt.
I know. Speaking of butter, on Rudis Farlumsa, Yennemer not on wrong bacala. I haven't stopped making soda bread since. It's a real problem.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I sampled it. It's good. You're getting good now, girl.
Yeah, the cocktail.
Well, Joanne and Rud Abansa Lumsa, I have to say, was discovering a new skill that I am actually a very proficient zipliner.
Well, you are, because the froze new come to come
Go
on.
on.
1, 2 zip of you.
Love
Oh.
it. Absolutely. So what are you waiting for? Plan your short break at discoverireland.ie and keep discovering the stories, surprises and soul of Ireland.
Sinead go dtíreach Shiva agus they're in Quinniger of Vegach Triocht in Erin.
Whoa.
Oh.
There is nothing like an Irish summer, cailíní, the féil to kill and the barbecues.
My favourite, na piant spontaneach le corda and Nua-Eabhrac.
Credit to us. We are good for that and for making the most on the longer days because we all know this weather is prone to change.
But sure, every day is a lovely day for a Guinness.
I know, law bra or fag Guinness, Saula Guinness cailíní, a lovely smooth creamy pint, taking it all in at a festival.
Oh, Cailíní, I feel like we're going to make such unreal memories this summer. And sure, with a Guinness in your hand, nothing can go wrong. Sitting around chatting with friends, I cannot wait.
Rain or shine this summer, ag féil to kill, Savalet Nusafub, every day is a lovely day for a Guinness.
But be sure to get the facts and drink aware. You can visit drinkaware.ie.
Hello, agus fáilte go How to Gael, Lumsa Shiva.
Lumsa Doireann.
Agus Lumsa Louise, Consosh gals.
Oh my god, well, do go.
Louise. Tá Bronerm nadidir just tá sé analú ar man sé well bhís á regulatory to sé, but do you know an fibatá gum tá man sa is Chicago faoi láthair bhís a Toronto ag Niagara Falls in é agus ag dul isteach is amach ó AC agus Shomri beaga agus ag Déanamh rudí sa tats agus a rasharísh go Shomri beaga le AC. It's a terror and I wouldn't mind, but make it a TV show, you need the out go.
And it wouldn't be anything to do with the couple of pints you had last night, no?
So we actually aren't really partying, Aaron Chucha.
Right. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, just like, is that 5 to 7 drinks as opposed to like 15?
No, do you know what it is? And actually, Vietmer Galero Raw, shout out special to the Kerry Cowboy. We have renamed him the Midnight Cowboy. He's Casula Cinderella, Salaba Gok, Ia Eg Midnight, because everyone is
exhausted.
Wrecked.
Yeah, exhausted.
I don't know when would the Dolanish no cut Carolyn.
No, it's on Tass. Tass fucking Duchreta. I am a well-travelled woman. I have been to fucking... I was trying to figure out like what the hottest country is that I've been to. I've been to like, you know, China and Bali and fucking all over the place. I have never experienced anything like in Tassatha to America for Lahar. It has been like trying to walk around. I've been housebound like the last couple of days, trying to walk around New York in 40 degrees Celsius. It's insane.
Well, like fechin there on phone, and when you see like truck a hocht died, you're like hardly.
Yeah, no, it's really crazy. And gahar there's a tukata it got her like there's a moher hosta. There's a little bit of breeze, there's a bit of relief, but there's a lar kahar, you're fucked. It's all. Yeah. I'm just like, and then like going down into the subways because the subways are hotter again. It's unbearable. So you have to do your traveling really early in the morning, and then wherever you are at midday, by God, you're not leaving until fucking 6 or 7 o'clock that evening. And even then, like I was coming home from a chumagadí gym class rare, and then I went for a few drinks after, and I was walking home at 11 o'clock at night, and sweat was pumping out of me, just like it was Gaelish datha came reach at 11 o'clock at night. It was like 39 or something.
Nach lása tá an táisí agus bhí tú chósta hir na héireann.
Yes, I know. Bhí mé hús in Unagáil agus Ilan or an war áta bhí there in cúpla mío hin, and it was what like cuaig came day agus scamalach agus guifer, but like actually kind of ideal, you know. And for fós for me rubbeog das an aig a bheith ag ruthíocht thart, but I like, yeah, sorry, fád le plays and agran show right now, but ní éit na haulu bheith dáid came, that's just rohen agus ní lein éiliú. So we have an idea cáhfuil gachtain Louisa tut é Chicago fui láthir will.
Chicago fui láthir háméis tacht ó Toronto, and on Doireann's note of heat, I want to say, Doireann, lads, on the hottest day of the year in record in Toronto so far, bhí mise ag déanamh shoot díreach I lower Chinatown, right, in a little kitchen with an Asian woman who had never heard of AC. She had me up against a grill making dumplings. I swear to God, there was a shoot, the camera was coming at me from the back, right, and I could feel the drips in the inside of my thighs dripping down my legs, and I was like, no, I had to say to the cameraman, like, it looks as if I'm peeing my pants we lower. I've never felt heat like it, and you know, classmate timp like pointa agent, and I was like, there was tears of like sweat beating down my face. But anyway, yeah, so via Toronto fui láthir Chicago díreach a lóir na garach in a very bougie Shomer Ostan lol.
Do you know what is unreal? And I have to say, I'm flat out on dim sum and the dumplings, and on the Asian on thaobh shatir. They just do it so well.
But girls, what we have to be cuaramach with are the fucking lentils. Anyway, I digress.
Lads, I'm as bloated as fuck, and I've never met myself Marcia Hannah, and I've been like to say Jacker notes that they really bloated Marcia because on a good water retention, like just to tash on Neil McHurp dahi or vehagiri on temperature regulating, and like
I'll show you my cankle. I'm solidarity.
I'm catching like glimpses
Look
of
at
myself.
that.
I can't see any cankle there now.
Okay, no guys,
Be a slim
gathering of panic.
I'll show you a
Very
picture.
slim little ankle.
They're like fucking Crab and Goyle, the two cankles going around.
But I keep catching glimpses of myself, and actually to say Jacker, because like I feel like I'm about to explode. You know, nerds that you just on me compore because it's too bloated. But anyway, listen, I get over it.
I know, and I just want to go Leshgale and our Nochdéisha, they've never heard so many digestion complaints when. But I think there víns to tashel, you know, Torians na ruddy shot, Nevians, isig the curb, Caldwell too, Kerta ye law August. So
yeah,
it happens,
you
know.
Well, just thought actually no the one fight I gum done lentil girlies or oglen hoglik will shivigation. A reflexologist wrote to me after our last episode or Instagram, August Dorchilum, if you ever have digestive problems in the bottom of your gula or whatever, maybe your lower intestine from the lentils, you get a schlitter, lads, under the ball of your foot, and you roll it across. You say the arch, you lower the hus, and you just roll your foot over and back across the lentil, across the fucking slitter. And apparently it gets everything like bugger reach. So anyway, I swear to God, could I see, can I find the DM with a little fishy cogloita lads gur Ryan she little, you know, demonstration Lamagus Gachrod. So now.
Oh, what a dose.
Okay, so you roll a schlitter under the ball of your foot, not to be confused with a lentil under the ball of your foot. A schlitter.
You'd get no fucking relief from a lentil. They're small little wankers.
You'd be like the princess and the pea and shit, like.
I'm going to try that Mahane now, le mublos now, to see if that makes a difference for me.
You have a schlitter to hand there.
Girl, you know, I never leave home. No, I don't have
never too far away.
Baseball. Yeah, too far away. I have to go looking for a baseball.
And Doireann, sorry, Caimé Keshker, Conas Mar Tucker seen Nua-Eabhrac Heish on Thaobh and Shock and Shaw, August Bua Mom Danny.
Oh my God, it's been electric. Because especially like Nurtha Gachtan a fulling sophisticated, there's a real like camaraderie mieller. But it's been fucking deadly. Such a buzz. Election day was amazing. Loads of people on street corners, like, you know, just a tahan thardina, turtmach, like merch and stickers, like Swordy Marsh, and big parties all over the city. Yeah, bua untach. So it's been mad. It's been really mad. And a real, losser is dochas the Bhuinter Nua-Eabhrac. The Nua-Eabhrac says ashtach because like tá siad thar bheith liberálach, but tá siad thar bheith takeúil le Israel.
Yeah, an déanaar is mó de dúdig I gcathair seachas Tel Aviv ar dá ná Nua-Eabhrac.
Yeah. And like, doesn't matter how liberal you are, you know, tá fós na cléanta sin ann. So it's a fucking, like, everybody's liberal till it comes to Israel. So I don't know, tá galore hypocrisy in seo chama. Tá sé kind of dacker to like buy into all that then as well, when you're also like avoiding difficult conversations. And even like in cafes and stuff, we may more go breakfast le Carlum we're in a really bougie place on Park Avenue, and we like, she's really like, she's like falling out with people in her building and everything, because like Tashiana pro-Palestinian, and like femur kind of a cuggernig likes a restaurant, just because like you just wouldn't, like someone would just fucking attack you for like saying Palestine. Really smooth, but really smooth féin cada harla green size political landscape and so.
Okay, bugad ráig around co-raggers a hána isteach le cúpla seachtain aniu. So on our How to Be a Supporter app, Mick had commented Intaker Fod, CLG Abu, Kildara Abu, we'll take it. And then Katrina shares this beautiful piece of poetry of Dharma Daint Agams Air. So show count in a chance Ella of Yagan and Wells and Pork Agus make Fossinese. Tom with Gurum, Tom with Bui, Tom with Conna, Slaughter Ye. And
oh my
it's just
God.
I know. And Hannah Shin is Shocker Spotify, Hannah Shin is Shocker on Instagram. I can't believe Korean made Dharma there on Bisa Filioch that probably is thaobh the or Hannig Reeve Mako Vunskull. So Gurmag of a corda os marry them.
Fresh in ní raibh muinter an down haka sásta linn an tacht an chicate. So just le raw to all the hockey girlies out there, we love you so much. Hockey is a real sport too. Agus so much Anna Tachul.
Oh my God.
So sorry if it came across that we were anti-hockey. Jesus, lads.
We never said it wasn't a real sport. We never said it wasn't a real sport. You're there's a Freudian slip there now from Louise. But anyway, look, we'll move on, because that was not Harva controversial. But I'll tell you what else. We got some tips me on the bagels. Dúirt Jean Kate, cailíní cur cream cheese agus siúcra púdrátha mascatha le chéile ar the cinnamon agus raisin bagel. Tá sé cosú le cáca beag don breakfast. There you go.
So
yes. Agus, the Jirin, your clippity cloppers, the clogs are in retirement. This is a bit sad, but anyway, the public seem to be supporting you, Doireann, and saying that, Doireann, we love your clogs. They do seem like they've the perfect mid-heel for action. So, I mean, listen, the Midtown girl with the mid-heel.
I'm telling you, Midtown girl with a mid-heel. Fucking, there you go. I'm telling you.
That could be a chapter of the book, you know?
Yeah. Beideray. But you know,
mid-heels.
No, guys, I just don't know how the clogs have gotten such hate. But anyway, I'm expressing my individuality.
I actually have Ruddy can tell in a raw on Clogger on Cloggate. Cloggate. Well, do you know the big cloggers I got Ladani?
Oh yeah.
They'll have to go unprinted. Disaster
really?
Zone.
Why? That's just because Shiva was mean to you about it. Now you're done with them.
Nothing to do with the vanity of the shoe. The shoe looks as fabulous as it ever did. Practicality, girls. Far row round. Way too heavy. It's like carrying around stones like rocks on your feet, and the blisters, everything gacrod me compórdeach, sorry now, a dó as a day for comport.
Okay, well,
Doc Martin seed. So I think just they need a serious breaking in now.
Yeah.
But whatever about the breaking in to like carrying around honest to God rocks, so she'd a wad row round. Can't explain, it's actually to like ankle weights.
Well, that might be good. That might be what your ankles are missing. That might be what your ankles need right now. But anyway, listen, I'll let you sit on that, digest that now, better than you did the lentils. A card is sprawling there, Vinci Dagvalling. So will you, for God's sake, shoot us an L message and be a Dagvalling. Cur emails gidi howtogael@gmail.com. Mata multigut gur episodes, mata keshnagut. If you just have general comments to make or want to support my clogs and fashion choices, is sprawling cushion 12. So be a Dagval.
Útach. Agus freisin dar nóí tá ar Patreon agus just marolas ag deire gach mí ar Patreon tá kind of a den of roundup of our favourites den bhí sin. So Cursey Ceol, Beidir Fashion, Budamach na clogs, Bia, Dina, TikToks pe rodé agus baimmuid ag play na rudí sin dunamach an Doireann seo, so más bhil bheith mar cuite sin agus éisteach le our multi faves is féidir sin asús ag an Patreon inis, and if you just want to grab an episode on its own, €3 for an episode. But be keen to matá sibh ag ghlacha sin thús to Patreon go in sibh díreach tríd an Patreon and not through Apple because it will cost you more.
Right, take a bag fresh and Tomwood on in full video, and we can bring you to very luxurious corners of the world, like this little hotel room in Chicago or Shiva Stairs. No bather on Midtown girly in her Midtown clogs, you know.
Wait, I'm in the Upper East Side. I'm in the Upper East Side. Come on.
Oh, come on, Leshkel. Just
because you're a Midwest princess and you're trying to fucking pull you down the ranks.
She's a UES. It's not Midwest princessy about Chicago, gals. Freshen. Come to full video, because I tell you what, it's a great place to be. You know,
Chicago is the Midwest girl, isn't it?
It's the jewel of the Midwest. Chicago, the Midwest.
It's really
Is this your first time in Chicago, Lou?
Yeah, ní raibh mé riamh Chicago, would you believe? Do you know who beat me? Well, I tell you something, gas. Bhí má bham AJ1 in Chicago's the Huckdoddy. Wasn't she ahead of her time? Yeah. She worked in a bank. She did 2 summers in Chicago working in a bank on a J1.
I'll send you a few of my recs, because we mission in Chicago, Traffic Clarifascination in the airport. I'll send you a few of my recommendations. There's a fucking unbelievable jazz club there that Al Capone used to go to. That's a buzz.
Oh no, let the whole do, because this come a nacht beg me stáitse leis na burlesque girlies. They have me burlesque dancing tonight, and I actually just got a text from the Kerry Cowboy saying, I'll meet you in 30 minutes to go kayaking. So it is rock and roll, babies, the Chicago.
Rock and roll.
Good dry, good time in a shock today. Okay, Taimhin na seachna seo cailíní is ábhar tomadar fad, I think passionanta galore faoi, and that is how to fake tan. So as frequent wearers, users and enthusiasts of fake tan, bheas mé gombeoch córa agan agus dúireann ag chorális agus muid leirt agus Louise ag etal tarn timpeall an down, you know, there's lots to be taken into consideration ó haibh the chlór agus the routine nor hagan sig a fake tan. But freshen she era on down or on tier ismo úsáid a fake tan or down to rare dollar of úsáid which shaska fangade of all fake tan in the world. Which I think is bananas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
Mental. Like mental.
Yeah.
Really?
No, ní current sin in arm. No, maar do you know heish fake tashel? Sorry, I will say over the years, so she actually on a yacker fake tan chanach in ein oidella really. Like few in Europe, no, like, you know, oidella, ein oidella. Ní bhíonn fake tan, like, ní bhíonn an réim chicane ar deal, you know?
Yeah, and I think actually go will kind of like reputation really ma ag éireann ó haibh an fake tan atá á díla goin comá, like céimh brandy fake tan atá agan an seo, you know, we're a haven for it.
We really are. We love an old tinted anything, but I suppose, does it come from being that kind of tinge of Viking blue?
It's
you just don't look. And also, like, let's talk about the fact we don't get enough vitamin D. Like our skin, we're like Victorian children there when we don't get the right amount of sun in our bones.
But sin an cúis go bhfuil muid gal, like, because an áit go bhfuil éire lonathe ar down, the less pigment we have in our skin, the more vitamin D we can absorb. Like the easier it is to absorb vitamin D, which we desperately need. Mar Soul do Neil and Irichin green le fescin to gwyn, new vitamin D le fescin to gwyn. So sin an cúis go bhfuil muid co gyal shin, right? But then also we did a rubik tie show, and the rare like genealogists derter like it was a sexual selective thing. I think apparently fair skin was a draw for our ancestors. So gumyok dini malta godini avi like grui gyal new cracking gal aku, and so they'd be more of a prize to the opposite sex, which led them to have more mates and more offspring. So you can thank your ancestors for being attracted to pale people.
Well, this is, see, it's funny on colouring a gumsugs Louise Anna Marchéla, because I'm Bert Gal and I'm Bert Anna Vaughan, where Shiva, you're darker, and you never go, even in the depths of winter, you don't have that pink undertone. You know, you don't go the blotchy, pinky, fucking blue, like levels of pale that just, sometimes when I see myself naked, I'm like surprised. I never cease to surprise myself at how pale I can go.
Like you can literally see the veins through your skin. Like there's the blue veins are coming out, popping.
Listen, we all love being Irish, and we're all about embracing our natural self, but like there's nothing like when you are in that state of fucking incredibly pale, like there's nothing attractive about it for yourself. Like whether that be in the heat, you bloat, you fucking expand, you put on clothes and you're just like, what am I even, everything, you look drowned out and everything. You look, sometimes I come down, my mother's like, are you looking sick? Are you sick, or is there something wrong with you? I'm like, no, it's just my actual natural colour. You haven't seen it in so long.
Not the water.
I know.
But you know, I think there's levels of it, right? When I look at my relationship with fake tan, and I go all the way back, obviously, to the early days, the fucking pennies wipes, the tan wipes, and orange was the goal, right? And I think it's like that healthy glow. It's not, you don't want to, I don't, actually, this is my first shoot, Nua-Eabhrac, of Gone Fake Tan. Was I telling you about my, developing moisturiser, what's called gradual tan. So Nílam se actually héis bheith úsáid tan, because I'm into more of a dá ná dúrtha dumsa, something that's a bit more lasting. Can I do a little, hang on a second.
I brought 6 bottles of developing moisturiser with me to New York.
I show the brand. Yeah. Mighty stuff. Graduating tanning milk, lads. You get moisturiser and a little bit of a colour.
But in this heat, Louise, it just fucking sweats off. Like I haven't bothered. I've been walking around pale as anything the last 2 weeks because there's just no, I have a little bit of a colour on my shoulder. That's about it. And like, you cannot keep any lick of anything on you in this heat.
Sorry, did we tell you we're in North America and there's a heat wave?
Coop about all right. But it's spatial and regular to Louise. Fui láthair, you're more into a more natural glow. And like nach léiríonn sé sin go, like, does that not infer really to a trend in terms of skin colour new on skin tone atá lur gagan? Like I know, like, well, gad being kind of bronzed or sun-kissed Mardini Gala has been a trend since, I think, for me, Branware show. So before the 1920s, pale was pursued in the West arenas because it showed ní raibh tú obair faoin green, you weren't doing manual labour, ví tú sever, mas ruaig raibh tú geal agus bán. And then Dachra Gruddy, I think Coco Chanel got a sunburn, and then everyone else wanted a sunburn a la Regina George. And then Onanide Shaskady, a kind of self-tanning lotion was invented, and O'Hain to Gachtan a kind of Vigirian kind of sun-bronze look shin. But like Támad Haitian Irichin Troke and Eshkint O'Have like Kirp Naman, you know, like it was super skinny, then it was super curvy, now it's kind of athletic. Like on Veckenwid Aulig O'Have skin tone, come on.
I would say Kate von Gate. I think Will and Carrie to go with that liking the sun kiss. Sure, do you remember the phase? Perhaps it's still here and I'm off trend. Drawing on freckles. Do you know, being with Jane of stuff Marshinda on Tamar Fad, I think that idea of looking healthy, sun kissed, or Rod Ella, lads, I'm dying to ask you about it. This nonsense of fucking, it's like sellotaping on a bra strap line to make it, and then fake tanning. So Gulshi Kasul will do Haishave green, and it's like, I got this natural tan line. Madness.
It's fooling me, Shin. Like I've spent my whole life avoiding tan lines. I'm not going to put fake tan lines on me now.
But if we lower thought tan lines, have you seen the girls do it? They're tanning, they're putting their fake tan on over a bra.
Yeah, it's mental. Or like rubiog darug even.
Yeah.
You know, to make a rubiog bond darug because they'll she'd rubiog dota. But so kind of you were insinuating it there, but on Kesh the Tog or if not, Cain Fog comparison to Gagahan Shiv, Dunny Bréige, new fake tan.
Because just féchan tú níos slán túla. It's I don't even think that it's a I'm saying now I've gone off wearing like datha on a lodge or just like a bit of tinted moisturiser, le bliain nuacha anus. But I do genuinely and I think every Irish woman will empathise le seo. Like there's just nothing that makes you feel good about yourself when you're walking around and you're fucking looking at your blue legs or your pink fucking torso near the tasan, and it just I think what she really darker Nerthon skin complexion show got anyway satas because ní réiti and chelesh and tas ní yin to tanning on a va. It's a fucking nuisance. You're bloating up. You like can't regulate the temperature.
You know what, Darren? Isn't it like having a good bra or a good suck in knickers? It's just that little layer of confidence.
Céad fin géad. And tá sé anna, like, you forget about it. And then you find yourself in the heat again, and you're like, oh, fuck, I forgot I get like this. And tá sé really, really, really annoying. Because that's where the lens here, you want to just be able to relax and whatever. And ní duine mise, like, so, you know, like, ní duine mise now that gets incredibly caught up in fucking how I look or whatever. But, like, it is the one thing that's just, we don't need these levels of fucking exposure here now.
Shiva's laughing away at that because I know, Shiva, you're like, I do my best work in the sun.
I know, yeah. You're totally, you're totally different.
I know. And I totally recognise my privilege in this area, okay? I get a tan. It's féidim sinna adval, tuirlíonn sé, okay? But so an rud muoine, so if we're hain a gascart on made a dúirtún sin, an rud muoine and if we're though, so mas rudig a rud I thought tú ordlach agus tú sa tas, an nenans tú linen an Nua-Eabhrac in Éireann comá.
Well, no, I don't think I wrote money now because, like, I'm still fucking floating around New York, like, absolutely pale as anything. Like, do you know, I'm not that shallow that, like, how I look is gonna fucking. But, like, it's like.
But Doireann, sorry now. It gives the confidence.
Are you gonna let me finish what I was gonna say, Louise?
Yeah, go on. But I'm saying you can't completely knock it for giving a confidence boost.
No, but female Doireann, it's like near a tattoo. If you're running out in, like, the fucking say if you're walking in through town in, like, a horrific outfit that you've just pulled together and you're like, oh, the state of me here now. Or if you have actually planned your outfit and you look well and that gives you more of a, you just feel better in yourself. Yeah. I don't think that equates to confidence. No.
I think it completely equates to confidence. I think looking good to feel good. Yeah. I think, like, if you are in, I think for me, and I've said this lots of times on this podcast, oh my God, if I'm feeling like shit or not confident and I put on an outfit that makes me, that I feel good in it straight away, my confidence is as far.
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe you feel better. I don't know. I what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not debilitatingly, you know, I'm not going to be, you just feel better in yourself when it's like when you do your skincare routine, you leave the house and you brush your hair, you wash your teeth or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of just basic.
Oh yeah, but come here. Vanity isn't debilitating, thanks be to God. Do you know, your hair isn't going to stop you from walking. But, like, at the same time, it is something that is, for a woman, there's so much pressure on from day to day, like how we look, you know, and I think it's the pressure we put, or in hain, like for me, you know, especially when you work in, I don't know, something front facing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I remember getting caught in Butte Lads one day. I was asked to come to this event that I thought it was just kind of a nip in the back door jobby. Anyway, when I landed on, they asked me to get up and to say a few words, and I was like, in and out, shitty outfit, not full makeup, you know, hair scrawled back. And honestly, I just know Yen my job different. If I had been ready to rock and looking good, I'd have been totally different.
It's a bit of pride in yourself. It's a bit of pride in yourself and how you. Yeah, I don't know. There's, I think, we'll, like, layers differula to, you know, having a bit of pride in how you turn up and, like, your on my own give me in a gut of rud because, you know, because of that.
But it's just a spatial knock-knocking thú sin agus muoine is though go ditche go parsanta, like dumsa, like mata da graine agamsa mas fearnu mas bréige, okay, like mohíam níos far onam hain agus mohíam go bhfuil níos mo muoine agam, you know, go bhéin níos tiltní an tuach agal gan smidú, go bhfuil cuman níos far ag, I don't know, mata mé cuman cahav mo cosa a cahav le skirt a gear, like mata da graine urhu mohíam níos far fwy sin ianav, you know, so dumsa I think it's definitely rud, nascin le mo cuid muoine cínta. And then makes muoine faoi, obviously the wood tanning Nua-Eabhrac on oak, those pennies wipes, the smell of them. I loved those pennies wipes. I was a huge fan.
I just never figured out how not to get the paw dirty with the pennies wipes. Loved how it got, you know, loved it everywhere else. The paws suffered.
Agus na Ilan, agus na glúna, agus na rútíní, but and like you'd be stinking for me. School is queen lam héisgur cá mé urme, and you'd be stinking.
And I kind of think it was the whole thing, like, wasn't it? You know, tanning Thursdays, ag talk the stachs, you know, Aralina, and the smell of fake tan around the 6-year lockers. I remember, like, always having the, I think there was a real nervous or Scott knocker I've chat the Gwen Smithu a Cav. Would we have not been allowed to wear makeup? Or maybe not allowed to wear dark makeup to Skyl anyway. And you'd see the girls go around with you that really sharp, up to the neck, the tan lines on the white faces and the orange necks.
Oh, just as nature intended in Limerick, you know.
Oh yeah, it was. You could see us coming. Yeah.
But then on Guruk, like Mata Shivshe Bratnu ear, and as potential partners, Gurman, Sul or whatever, like on Dorhig Shivshe kind of skin tone for Yara far.
I'm literally married to a Viking / Avatar when it comes to skin. We often joke that when we have babies, they be like mini avatars because tá an vertigun co pale shin agus mu dairy lane to Sira. Like Declan's on the factor 70. I'm on about factor 50 plus. We've hats like, you know, I remember we were away before and we had to get like this proper like child sunscreen for Declan because his skin was co-sensitive shin than Korean. I know. So no is my answer. I love a pale man with a hairy arse.
Oh my God, we're learning more and more about Declan that we didn't even want to.
I never said Declan had the hairy arse.
Honestly, I've never thought about it that much. I feel like you just fancy someone or you don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's fair. Yeah. It's no just like Fossinese, like we're told that like bronze is beautiful, agus like the doch great, but then like I don't think our hug misha soon though in the opposite sex or curb it agus meg Fossinese. So it's kind of just a thing that we reserve for ourselves and judging ourselves and don't kind of broadcast our greedy yellow, which is good. We've only been conditioned to judge ourselves.
No, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like, if I saw a beautiful man and a beautiful woman walking down the street, I'd have more interest in how the woman looks. I'd be like, oh my God, look at her. She looks amazing. She looks like, even though, and we've spoken about this before, I'm unfortunately terminally and chronically straight, but just like to look at beautiful women, you know, and the outfits and the skin and the smell and the hair are just so much more interesting than I think with a man, I either fancy him straight away or I don't. I never really...
Did you never have those chats with your corja being like, oh my God, but like if you got married to him and had his kids now, your children would have beautiful tan.
Girl.
They have lovely skin. Do you know what I mean? I do feel like that.
Have you ever had a conversation like that with me before? No.
I've definitely had that chat with my corja. Like Fossinese. If there was I don't know, like, oh, you'd love for the jeans. You'd have great tan. Yeah.
No, she's Ashlock, Marco Rod, the Yagori, like.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess you'd be looking at your own skin thinking, fucking my parents are fair pale. If only one of them had some bit of owl sallowness in them, I might have, you know, or there's always the child in the family that's like, she got the tan from our dad. She and dad get the tan, you know, and we don't. So actually in our house, me and dad would be the most sallow, which is hilarious because Tom would go pale. But you know, you'd often say, I hilarious. That, yeah.
So Louise, you're the tan one?
I am. Actually, you have to. It is so funny. You know that Orna has never dyed her hair.
Well, thank God, because she wouldn't want to be paying the fucking New York prices to get the hair dyed. I'm telling you how bad it is in Malaclia. It's twice as bad as
Oh, worth away, Jane, because the trasna.
Oh Jesus, no way! I'm not rich. No, I made sure to get it done, Sarah Haname. But I just know. Neil the beauty treatments come on, so that Neil Nua-Eabhrac, Neil Tarodini's theory. Just I don't know. In fairness, I think we're like. Fihibly, you know, it used to be we'd be looking at America for all our beauty and fashion trends, whereas now I think we'll say shifted big time. Like school made a Farah Nice Mo Nua-Eabhrac.
I actually know an interesting fact about this. I was talking to the Gurgadora Thalgum Imloglia has moved to London. He really wanted to move to New York. You can't work. A lot of our very best colorists and stylists are in Europe or not in America, because it's impossible to get insurance to dye people's hair in America. Marielle is suing Agus Gachrod. So you have to go through so much of a rigmarole. So many brilliant hairdressers and stylists, they avoid America altogether for that reason. Way. So the actual hair situation in Nua-Eabhrac is cat. It's very hard to get a good stylist, and if you do, you're a giachas.
Yeah, that's actually interesting, because Cara Latza Shiva always says, Nessa always says that like you just cannot get a good blow dry in New York.
And in Nua-Eabhrac,
yeah.
There you go.
Well, I made sure to bring the Dyson.
Not for lack of trying there, though, huh?
And I'm telling you. Well, I made sure to bring the Dyson with me this time. Although, I have to say, listen, humidity. I spent fucking 40 minutes curling the hair. Gal, it's all about the upstyles in this task. I know.
Lick it up, slick it back.
Okay, so O'Have, Dunu, bréige, Massive am I would riomh ghlacha le cracking Gael na Gael. Like the likes of Rosanna Purcell has come out and said she hasn't used fake tan in over a year. Like,
yeah, 'cause she's the most beautiful woman in Ireland. So she just like, you know, for the rest of us who are mid-tier, right? We, you know, I define Maga, but like, I like, she's absolutely beautiful. She's a vixen. Fair play to her. Dumsa, no, it's as much as part of a routine for me as is washing the hair and fucking doing the eyebrows, for the immersion.
Yeah, no, ain't him lad. But you know what, Tom Bro do le raw, knock William Shakov, na fake tan, ultra dark to medium. I'm in my gradual tanning era. It's more moisturised than Gaels, and I think it's embracing a little bit of Doireann. So I'm moving in the stroke yard.
I think you've gone from cigarettes to vapes. Like, I don't think Ger Cable were the Cultúr show.
Listen, maybe I'm weaning. I'm in the process of weaning myself in some stroke yard.
Okay, fair enough. So Lerlam fui na tanning routines. Rod actually at mhéad smuoine fui le cúpla news is obviously you have to be ulvathe agus clochtathe le seo le dhéanamh geart gach seachtain. Doireann, you are a type B person through and through, and yet you managed to stick to a good tanning routine. So Lerlam fui sin.
Girl, I tell you, it's all about the priorities, right? You might not hear from me, or I might not get back to you, or whatever. But by God, I'll have a tan arse. Sarah Haname Gadi Nua-Eabhrac, I made sure I got 6 bottles of tan and 2 emergencies just in case I flew through them. Usadam and Dove gradual moisturizer. What I do is I do 2 layers. And actually, should catch Mahagurna A story. What I've noticed, La Danny, is I'm getting just on my torso, nowhere else in my body. I'm getting these small little clusters of like, I suppose they don't like look like blackheads. They're like just discoloration marks. And tan. And I don't know how to get rid of them. It's really a curse. I use like a salicylic acid wash. You know, shower a scrubbing and nuas, but it's just my torso. It's nowhere else or my lava nu or my chusa nu enrad, which is ashtach. I don't know. I know you can't be Hannah Louise, and you think it might be a deficiency because you kind of get a reaction of tan come up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Actually kind of more have like skin tags and stuff, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I think exfoliating that actually in the routine is a crucial step. And I'm one of the most annoying ones to do. To exfoliate a Gareth there's manual labour involved, ladies. You need to really fucking go for it.
Big time. But anyway, my fake tan routine is, so I'll do 2 layers. If I have something big on, I'll do 2 layers of the Dove moisturizer. So I'll do one like Ihidardine and then Ihidahina, new modern Dahina or something. And then I might top it up Erloon, and I just kind of let it midweek down when I'm not doing anything. I'll really have a good scrub of myself in the shower and off we go again. Dardine Schruing.
Okay.
It's fine art at this stage.
High maintenance is Soka. Yeah.
No, Tatiana, it would have to be very low maintenance for me now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because lots of really, to be honest, low maintenance is my middle name. Like, if I don't bother with anything that takes time to develop, if I'm Erin Delavich or Jane of Rudhagan that's once offy, it's always instant. I'll instant till the cows come home. I love the Rimmel medium instant. I'll whack it on and I can have my full body done in instant in 10 minutes and then I'm out the door. So gone are the days really for me of doing the big prepping. I don't really prep my skin and do all of that. But if we lower agus mayor more, I find I'll just have a shower, exfoliate the shower, then I'll come out and put on the gradual tan, and I'll just do that gach law, and it kind of develops nicely and it's grand. So I have to say I can't remember the last time I've marinated overnight. Now for my wedding I got a spray tan.
Well, do you know what the big problem with marinating overnight is? Very difficult then if you're factoring in an unplanned ride, because things get very sweaty. There's a lot of fluids running around the place. And then next thing, your full body tan is streaky as fuck and your sheets are destroyed. And I remember, now I'm not living with a man at the minute, but when I used to be living with a man, before I go for full body wax, especially if there's something on me, like, now, speak now or forever hold your peace, because I'm locked in for 12 hours once this goes on.
But you know what though? And even if it's not an unplanned ride though, if you're a grind labella dinagant, oftentimes Declan has gone training with the fucking streak down his back of like, you'll have reversed into him during the night, or your leg would have got over and like he'll have a streak of whatever down his leg. But I haven't marinated like that in so long overnight.
I'm less concerned about what happens to the man. I'm more concerned about
how it affects you.
How it affects myself, you know.
As you should be,
Come on.
Doireann.
Yeah,
Come on, Feminicus.
that's feminism, yeah.
For me, actually, though, ag léamh alt a déir that Tan Thursdays does have an impact on people's sex lives. Sin agus, do you know, sorry, this is kind of off-piste. Do you know when rud is mó, seachas páistí atá tionachar acu on people's sex lives? Patty.
Yeah.
Madry.
I don't want to.
You're
Say
different for
something
a
that
dog
will
in the
hurt.
bed, Shiva.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't want to say
What?
something that would hurt anyone's feelings, but
You
if
have a
someone
dog
brought
in
an
the bed.
animal into my bed, like
Yeah.
I'd be gone out. No.
We never had dogs in beds growing up, right? But then
Yeah.
we lost a dog, Ladani, right? Okay, Vier and Clown, Madriker, Culla, and then we had one dog left, and we were like, Tamara Mohu on a fruity, so Squealer
Yeah.
shock, Susalaba, and I say Widna, it was Mahish Mahori. We babysat her for a week, and we obviously let her into the bed. It's shocks in a VM. Do you know
No,
what I mean?
I'd
Like, but it was on
never- I'd
part
never.
time, only part time.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Ni en Shingabu and now occur a bit. No.
I like a good like when you're hungover on the couch. There's nothing better than like getting your dog to just lie on you. It's bralam shin, but I would. There's a gate at the top of the stairs, and the dog does not go up beyond. It's a dog free zone. It's a dog free zone.
She's
And look,
serious about her sex life, guys. Okay, Madra
There
stays
you go.
down.
the dog stays down. No, I think
Doireann
it's
is like, one animal is enough in the bed, baby. Come on.
But it's like wearing socks
Woof,
into
woof.
bed. I think it's like wearing socks into bed. You know, you gotta let the dog stay downstairs.
Sorry, I need to do one small segue here. Muriel or Rod on a ground for a Horla in Toronto, right? I hope this isn't a spoiler to TG Carr, but anyway, ní dóigh May. One of us ended up in a sex shop doing puppy play. Have you ever heard of puppy play?
It's just like furry shit.
So it's basically lads walking around with fucking dildos up their arse that have little tails, little edible, and talk them off. So your idea is, or it could be a girl as well, you like to be the puppy and you have a owner who's walking you around and doing shit mar sin. And it's called puppy play. So if there's any of our puppy players out there, get a dangval. Tell us more.
But like, Cá Vines to an kink show. That's muckash. Cá Vines to a what? You like cutting the puppy and you go, oh yeah, that's a bit of me. Like just like Cá more to a.
Dare I say, maybe people who like a dog in their bed?
Oh,
Oh
shut
no,
up.
that's a lot to put on TV.
Is it a way of
That's a lot to put on
scratching
TV
that
work now. Okay,
No,
I doubt
no,
she's
no.
walking around with dildos on for her. So
No, Gurmaha got there. No, these people watched 101 Dalmatians at the wrong time of their lives and it transformed them, okay? That's it. That's my diagnosis.
no, we're giving you an awful hard time about the
Shiva,
dog in
if
the
you're
bed.
into
She did it
puppy
one
play-
time and now she can't live it down. It's like the time she made spring rolls and we haven't let her forget it. I know.
Shiva,
you know
by the
what I
way,
mean?
but
Let
I'm
me
just
live.
going to say, I also judge nobody that's into puppy play. If you're into a girl, I support it. Jane A, woof woof.
No.
Oh, we're doing a job.
Woof, woof. All right.
Oh my god. I just don't know. Come on. Anyway, like
Listen,
Okay.
for the puppy players, do what makes you happy. Life is short.
Come on, put it to bed like the dogs, right? Okay.
to bed, yeah.
Corwich could create a curlet and Agron Shaw. Oh, sorry. Ruther Winger Haskam Maragan Dara. Obviously, fake tan is preferable to a real tan. It's preferable to real sun damage. Mar in era, melanoma is the fourth most commonly diagnosed cancer in both males and females, and sunbed usage is actually still on the rise and on the increase. So, yeah.
Wow.
So while we're kind of allowed we dunu bréige and being like, will we ever see it gone? It's still preferable to ein rodella and letting your skin actually damage. So, yeah.
okay,
That's
I feel
the
validated
headline.
by that now. I feel
There you go,
less
girl.
jealous of you for being just the most beautiful bronze woman that ever there was. Okay.
But think I'm damaged goods. I'm damaged. Just say
Okay.
to yourself, okay? Okay. Glúisna seachtainna cailíní.
Oh, glúisna seachtainna. Okay. Well, I mean, that's Donu Bréige, obviously. That's it. Tugn sin fucking heebie-jeebies am on skull.
Dunu bréige. Why I'm not moon for towards Mockneef.
Oh, that was like nervy mar skull vech mis Elena agor in the padracha raw, and they would go up and down with the makeup wipes, and they would inspect you, be like Neil Cad Donu Bréige, Neil Cad Smidu Vekav, and we'd be saying our prayers, and you'd be we have to wipe the face. I know.
Fisha Shin Kasul Duna, yeah. Pogini green eyes, godass, love that word in general. Little freckles, sun kisses. August Donna Green, I suppose.
Donna Graina.
Something
Yeah.
I wouldn't be forgetting. Yeah.
A den of Bullock Lagreen is sunbathing, which is das. Is spelled das in Aerod. It's a den of Bullock Lagreen.
agus spalpa alis nó alis cur alis spalpa alis Atha mata tú cosúlamsa. You just fucking swell up in the heat.
Cad éon gailing ar cankle.
I know.
Gailín gailge goibh the cankles, lads. That I find in the old hate.
Yeah.
No, so it's calf and ankle, isn't it? Cankle. So it would be like collarbone agus routine. So
routine.
Not to be confused with croutons. Yes.
No, not show the salad. No. Agus glúiseamhain eile is factor cosanta ar an rí nu FCG sé sin an gailge ar SPF.
Níor sé sin rose scum FCG.
There you go.
Anna bha. Yup, the seachtainna domsa is on déanann agus mum Danny. What a fucking G.
Oh, you're so...
I'm a baller. I live in New York now.
No, you're so white. You really are. And it's not even without the fake tan.
I know. I'm on the precipice of Harlem here now. And, I've never felt more white in my life.
Well, if there was ever any doubt, we all know now. Agus, carry on Tehran. Oh, go on, Louise.
I was just going to say, I feel this all the time when 50 cents in the club, I have to introduce it on the radio and I'm like, and next it's 50 cent in the club. Like, there's no part of me that could ever get away with saying that and not sounding like a fucking farmer. It's 50 cent in the club. Like, try to say that and not sound like a fucking dope. You know what I mean?
Well, look, I'll play you this, my new favorite.
What did you say?
The name is Mom Donnie. MAMDANI. The name is Mom Donnie. MAMDANI. You should learn how to say it. MAMDANI. You should learn how to say it. MAMDANI.
So go on, up New York, up Mom Donnie.
Up New York.
Yes.
Agus Jock na seachtainna Louise bhí ceann agus in nach raibh.
Middle seats at a long haul flight. Put them in the bin. Get rid of them. There's no one wants to be in the middle. It's a fucking disaster. And
were you in the middle?
No.
Oh, of course not.
No, bhí mé sa leor. Need an long haul flight, but bhí sa leor our little internal flight. Toronto go Chicago. Agus anyway, something happened. I don't know. Actually, it was very funny. It wasn't funny, but something happened with the wing of the plane. So we sat on the runway for 2 hours while they fixed it, and everyone was really getting aggro. We just needed to get to the next place and whatever. And everyone was tired and sweaty and gawkroth. And Shane O'Sullivan, lads, gold star for the Kerry Cowboy, turns around to everyone moaning and goes, "It's better that they're sorting it out down here than up there." Anyway. I was like, you're dead right.
You take the man out of Kerry.
Louise, an Queenland for me, just like swing up we show in yay. And Queenland her bhímar etal tarasho Nua-Eabhrac. And it was bhí Misha Salor, bhí ban Maclay, bhí Louise Yesh, and bhí mar etal tarasho Nua-Eabhrac. But it was like etal tríd na hiha. So like bhí mar gyrú do culla agus an van table, she had her screen on full brightness and time for the branding where it's gone on. But like bhí not her fault Durica. Like so I just said to her, I was like, sorry, is there any way you could turn the brightness down? She was like, do you have sunglasses?
I totally forgot that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like it's glackish on a quid thumbs of rudig into raw at the egg sea tablum, so I was like, it's fine. I just came my rash of colour, but oh my God, I was shocked.
She's a creator.
Níos massa ríist bhí she fucking ag féchan there in flight map. She was raw dogging it. She wasn't even watching something like, for fear that she couldn't in full brightness see where over the Atlantic we were.
Anna annoying. Anyway, she shut me right up.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shinwid Tug Gadera and Agron, Gurmog fall to Ireland as Earth and Aver and Bud Credit Show Maris Gana, not Dane Darmid go with Fishan Umlon, Spotify, Agus YouTube, Agus Leverdell, Fog, Lervas New Roth, Haldoon, Payosh, Wish of Gashtucht. Leave us your comments, send us your emails, headgrail@gmail.com. Are we missing out on a big tanning tip? Rudagant that we didn't include on Shocked and Show, be a dag fall in.
Woo! Slav! That's a nice harmony.
Sorry, that was really high.